now we're talking about the design of the V-Class with the expert on design. It is Bertram Jansen, who has designed this very special car. Bertram, can you tell us what is so special about the design? Because for the first time, design has played a major role in designing this kind of car.
Yes, I can explain the car. So in that way is that the design is clearly related to the cars. And that means in the car, we have now recently launched the C-Class and the S-Class, and the V-Class is fitting very well into that. Very important for the guidance for the designer was with the typical V-Class was the form language. And the form language, what we use today in the design, is sensual purity. So I try to explain very easily what does mean sensual purity. If I start with purity, is that we clearly, if we look to the side of the vehicle, one line is very obvious there, and that's the this defined line. That's the first line what you notice on the side of the vehicle. The second line is here on the bottom. And basically these two lines are the lines which are defining the side view of the silhouette of the V-Class. Very important additionally to it is the sensuality. That means sensuality, if we look to the section on the body side, you clearly see nice the balance between convex and concave. If you look to this surface, which has a bit of crown on it, it picks up very nicely the light. If you go below this line, it picks up very nicely the shadow. There you get a lot of contrast between light, between shadow, between light, shadow, light, shadow. This balance, this sculpture in the body side, gives a certain sensuality, because the section itself has a bit of like this form. So in combination on the body side with purity, two lines, combined with this section, gives then the guidance of the design, sensual purity.
May I ask you, how came this idea to give such a car a sensual purity?
That is clearly defined for our vice president in design, Gordon Wagner. He clearly has a strategy, of course, for the future, for the cars, and he clearly defined this strategy. Of course, it's always in combination that you discuss with and brainstorm with the team, and the outcome of it is that he clearly said sensual purity is the guidance of design.
Because you would never think about sensuality about such a transporter.
Yeah, that's true. We should not also say it is one-to-one sensuality. Yeah? It's, of course, it's the guidance what you need, and you try to want this warm feel, sensuality, to translate it in the form language.
And what are other design aspects? Maybe on the front, what is special about that?
Yeah, to continue, because sensual purity is as well for the exterior and the interior. If you talk about the side, what I just mentioned, this line is a very important line. But clearly what we see at this line is continuing all the way through the front. So in combination of it, that's very nice. How you walk around the vehicle, you get a connection from the side to the front as well to the rear. So this focus line always comes back to the whole vehicle. It's very simple, it's very clean, it's very sensual and very pure.
What you notice immediately, especially as a driver when you get into the car, that it has a very special cockpit design. And now, can you explain why this design is so special and what are the major design features you used here to create this elegant atmosphere?
It's basically the same as I before explained to the exterior. We have also there the design guideline for the interior, sensual purity. Sensual purity, as you can see on the dashboard, is we have a simplicity on the top of the dash, which looks very clean, very pure. And we have a bottom line here, which connects here the switches and the control in a very flowing line. So this combination, again, these two lines are more or less the focus of the whole dashboard. Of course, if you look more in detail, for example, the air vents, how the execution has been made, or for example, the whole trackpad, you see there a lot of quality, and that's what we also put a lot of focus on. It's not just simple the form, but it's the execution as well, all in the detailing. And it always comes up to the detailing that you can achieve a very high quality, and that defines as well the luxury and the comfort of the whole interior.
May I ask you, why did you combine a trackpad and a joystick? Because it looks a lot here.
It looks a lot, I agree with that. But the thing is, we have very closely and put a lot of energy in with the ergonomist and from anatomy, how it feels, that you get an intuitive feeling that you can handle the whole functions in that way. So it looks very complex, but as soon as you put your hand on, when of course you want to have the eyes on the road, then you feel immediately that's very intuitive to get the function in.